What's going on, y'all? What's going on? Test, test, test. Let me know how we sounded. Let me know how we sounded. What's going on, y'all? What's going on? Brahma Lessons. That name sounds familiar. What's going on, though? So this week's been a little bit of an interesting week. New York session's been a lot smoother than the London session. Last night we did have GBP news pop off at 2 a.m. So we was going to be looking for GJ buys, but as you can see, when the 2 a.m. council popped it off, price reversed. And then on the other hand, again, we've been looking for GU sells. We caught a nice sell on Monday. It was super choppy yesterday. And then when the 2 a.m. news popped off, it dumped and did more than the news we was going to be looking for going into tonight. And then we can see price also took off right before London session. But if you watch the Sunday chart analysis, first link in description, remember, we was talking about deep sales and how we were still technically bearish. And if we look at this week, price has done nothing but drop to the downside. Again, it keeps on doing it either when we're not on the charts or super late in the day, but it still was doing what we was looking for. As you can see, it's just been super choppy. And then when it finally was a clean move, just during the news event, but that's usually how it works. It goes down. So we're going to be looking for continued GU sales. I would like, in a perfect world, for it to retrace back up to 3360. But if we can retrace and maintain 3340 as resistance, we can look for sales. Or if we break below, hold 3315 as resistance, we can look for sales. I'd much rather see a retracement here or here, especially before the New York session. But we're just going to have to wait and see what price does. We're also going to see what side of the coin GJ lands on. If it does break back above the whole 203.10 as support, we're looking for buys going to 203.65. But if it breaks below and holds 201.55 as resistance, we're looking for sales to go to 201.10. All right, so a little bit of a patience game with US30 just retested its level. So we can see a US30 going to hold 46.990 as support. If so, we're going to look for buys between all-time highs, or we're going to look for retracement at 46.830, so we can hold that as support and then look for buys there. If y'all was in the live stream yesterday, we was talking about US30 buys. Ended up doing the move we was looking for going into New York session. Gold, we got caught in a reversal, which is why gold's not up, because gold's in reversal territory. And then NAS100 is at all-time highs, so we're not going to trade NAS100 unless it retraces a little bit. So we're about to see what this next 5 and 15 looks like. We're about to see if we can hold this level, because we're looking for buys nonetheless. I'm just looking to see if it's going to hold this level. We could go for buys here, or if it's going to retrace, and we can look for buys after retracement. Make sure to go ahead and like the live. You'll hop up in here. Y'all subscribe if you're not subscribed already. Got a new video dropping for y'all later on today during New York session. So make sure to be on the lookout for that. Yeah, I'm liking this setup right now. Those just joining the stream, we are not into this trade yet. This is just a trade idea. Make sure to hit that first link in the description on the free signal, free Telegram. So again, we had GBP news pop off last night. We had GJ reject this level, but if we can't break back above, we're going to look for buys or we're going to look for sells. We hold this low as resistance. And then we had GU dump and do the move we was looking for yesterday. And it also broke this level multiple levels and still pushing. So we're going to be looking for retracements on GU to look for sells. And then we're going to be looking for continued US30 buys today. Just looking to see if we can hold this level because we're looking for buys either here or here. So I'm just waiting to see if it's going to hold this level, then go for buys, or if it's going to reject and then look for buys here. But buys is the game plan for US30 right now. U15 about to pop up in a little bit. If you guys got any questions, drop them in the chat. We're looking at your chart, drop them in the chat. But you already know the drill. We're just chilling, patiently waiting right now. All right, U15 just popped up. Let's see if we're going to hold this lower right here. Again, we're looking to see if we're going to hold this low as support. If we're going to hold 46,990 as support, we're going to look for buys going up to 47,100. We're going to see if GU is going to retrace. If it breaks this level, we will look for sales going to the downside. But again, if y'all watch this Sunday chart analysis, this is what I was looking for. But it just kept on doing the moves super late or choppily, right? Monday, we got wicked out. We had to re-enter. Then yesterday, as you can see, did a drop right before London session. And then it was consolidating all London, New York session. Then when we had the 2 a.m. news, it did the drop to the downside. And then right before London session, did a retest and push to the downside. So we just kept on missing the moves there. But US30 NAS did a nice moves yesterday as well as Monday. Gold ended up reversing yesterday. And then GJ did a nice move as well, but ended up rejecting that level when the 2 a.m. news popped up. So paying attention to mainly GU and US30 right now. But we also got a list on GJ. We're just waiting to see what side of the coin is going to end up doing. So again, I'm not against going for a sell here, but I'd much rather see it trace. We'll see what price does. We'll see what price reacts to that level. I like this US30 setup right here. That I do. Make sure to follow me on Instagram and TikTok as well, y'all. Y'all see it scrolling at the bottom of y'all screens. Instagram playmaker_weight, TikTok _playmakerweight_. Post daily on both pages. New 5-minute just popped up. GU just hit the zone. Again, that's why we entered X off these lows. Look how price reacted. So what I want to see happen is price retrace and retest 33.90 or retrace back up and retest 33.60. As long as we hold 33.60 as resistance, we're still going to be looking for sells on GU. But right now, we're paying attention to US30. Again, buys is the game plan. I just want to make sure that we're going to hold this level before we go for buys, because I don't want to go for a buy here, get wicked out, then go for a buy here. Obviously, we'll make it back off that buy setup, but just a little bit of patience goes a long way. I am liking this though. New 5 minute popped up. Yeah, I'm liking this right here. I'm liking this right here. That's a nice push. And for the future traders, YM's doing the exact same thing. So let me pull up YM. All right, so YM can maintain 47,140, 47,145 as support. You could look for buys going back up to the all-time highs of 47,320. All right. I do like how it's looking. It looks like GU is going to keep on pushing. Yeah, but I like this setup right here. Again, if we can maintain 46 or 990 support, we're looking for buys going to the all-time highs. With GU, what we're going to be looking for going to this next 15 is either for price to break below and hold 33.15 as resistance. Then we're going to look for sales going to 3,300, or we're going to look for price to retrace and see if we can maintain 33,400 as resistance, and then look for sales. Again, this would have been a nice setup here, but it did this right before London session, and then this drop happened literally during the 2 a.m. news. Well, I got GU up twice. Let me switch this to GJ. Got a new video dropping for y'all later on today. Make sure to be on the lookout for that and have your noties on. Also, make sure to check out the video I dropped earlier for y'all on Monday. All playlists are up to date. If you guys got any questions, drop in the chat. We'll look at your charts, drop in the chat. So we just hit TP1 on this. Let's see if we can keep on pushing and let the members know we just hit TP1. Forward. So now we're going to be looking to see if we can take this high out, because if we don't break past this high, we're either going to consolidate or retrace back down to 46,830. That's a nice push right there. Look how GU is reacting to that level. Everybody should be green right now. Let's see if we can take this high out. We are at TP1 though. US30 just popped up. So again, we need to take this high out right here. I got my SO in profit on this. Again, we're going to need to break past this high right here to go back to the all-time highs. If y'all watch the Sunday chart analysis as well, you will see that we was talking about buys on NAS and US30 also. And if you look at how it was looking at the beginning of the week, if it loads, you can see how we had this red, and then if we look at the NAS100 from the beginning of the week, you can see that we broke the highs, and even with NAS100, we broke the all-time highs and pushed back to the upside. Same thing with GU. We ended up dropping. Again, I told y'all we were still technically bearish, and all price did this week was pushed to the downside. Again, it wasn't smooth drops like it was smooth pushes on US30 and NAS100, but it still did what it was looking for. But again, it was super choppy. The news brought us back down, so we're looking for some retracements on this. GJ did a small move, but GJ still kind of just stuck in where it was left off last week so far. Kind of making some more consolidation when we just broke out of that. And then gold, we got caught in reversal. So we got a nice move on Monday on gold. But then yesterday we hit TP1 twice on gold, and then we got caught in the reversal. So we made a little bit of money on gold, then we got caught in a reversal, but we made most of the money during the New York session on NAS and US30 yesterday. So that's why we're not messing with gold, because gold's in reversal territory. And as y'all know, we don't reversal trade. So I'm just waiting to see if the bullish momentum is going to come back into play or if the downtrend is going to begin. So that's why we have a few charts compared to usual on our screens, because again, it's not that many that have clean setups. Again, if US30 cannot break past this high here, especially maintain 46,990 as support, we could see price try to retrace and retest 46,830, 46,840, because yesterday we rejected a level and then we just blew through it going into 10 a.m., right? We didn't turn that level to support yet. So it could try to retest and turn that level into support, if not during London session, going into pre-New York and New York session, right? Because we just broke past this resistance level. So we are going to either just create a new higher high like we did, or we're going to turn this resistance level to support to give us a new higher high, because that's exactly what we also talk about in the price action technical analysis playbook. Shout out to those that got the copy. We had a few people get some more copies yesterday. Shout out to those that just got the copy. Shout out to those that didn't have their copy. But just like we talk about in the price action technical analysis playbook, for the uptrend to continue, we need to break past the previous high to give us a new higher high. We also have to respect the support level the higher low is resting on. right? So since we're kind of just chilling right now, we might as well not watch paint dry too much. Let's go and make a chart. All right, so let's talk about it. We had the bullish momentum right here. We had clear higher highs being made. Higher low, higher high. Again, we need to respect the support level, the higher low is resting, or break the resistance level, the higher high is on. So this was the resistance level, obviously, where the higher high is at. All right, this is what we were doing all the time during the TikTok lives, right? Higher low. Price needs to maintain these levels of support for the bullish momentum to continue. The price turns this level into resistance and or make a lower low. The downtrend is in play, right? So when we fast forward, that's why either last week or 2 weeks ago, when we had that big ass reversal take place on Friday, I was like, we're going to wait and see what price does because it's still just a reversal, right? So what happened after price rejected this level? Again, what does the playbook also say? 1 second. Let me pull the playbook out. What else is that? Right, it says rejection and reversals happen, but a reversal doesn't always mean the trend is going to change. As long as price doesn't turn the support level into a resistance and or more low, we are still in an uptrend and still looking for buys. So when we fast forward, what did price do last week? Did it hold as low as resistance? No, it did not, right? But then we also saw price fail to break that resistance level and turn into support, right? But did price turn this level into resistance? No, it held it at support. Was again, this was Friday the 17th, which is why Monday and yesterday we went for buys, and why Monday price pushed up, and then why yesterday price did what it did as well, right? So we just broke that high and made a new higher high. So now what we're going to be looking for is either price to continue this current higher high, or like we talked about, turn this resistance into support to give us a new higher high. Right, it's literally this simple. So again, when y'all be seeing me do this during the TikTok lives, and y'all be asking like, how do y'all use this for the trading and all that stuff? That's how we use it for the trading, right? We use this to understand what's happening on the bigger time frame, so we know what we need to look for, right? That's why I did yesterday and Monday. Did a retracement, 9:30, pushed up, 10 p.m. flew through, and just flew all day yesterday, right? That's why Monday, same thing. Did retracement, flew literally the whole day on Monday, right? The same thing with NAS100. So let's go ahead and put this back into you. Make sure to like the live if you haven't already, and make sure to subscribe if you're not subscribed. We just hit 4,000 subscribers. Shout out to the hater because we hit that yesterday, and after I said that, you know, there's always every time we hit a milestone, someone always coincidentally unsubscribes. But we're back at 4K. So shout out to the haters, shout out to the supporters, shout out to those that's been eating with us. So GUs we're tracing. So again, we're gonna be looking to see if we can maintain this little as resistance right here. So I'm going to switch this back. So we'll hold this little as resistance. Not against retesting this level 2. We just gotta wait to see what price shows us. New 5-minute about to pop up. So we're still just chilling at TP1. Again, if we don't break past this high, we're gonna most likely try to retrace and retest this level right here. All right, let's see if we can hold this low as resistance again. We can hold 33.40 as resistance. We could look for sales going down to 33.20. We can look at how price is reacting to this level. And this is GBPUSD right here. New 15 about to pop up in a little bit. If you guys got any questions, drop them in the chat. When we look at any charts, drop them in the chat. Let's see what this next 15 looks like. Again, there is no news today. We had GDP news pop off last night, but we have no high impact news going into New York session. So we're simply just waiting for volume and our confirmations to be met like usual. That's a nasty rejection too. All right, new 5 minute popped up. So again, you see how the GU is reacting to this level right here. GJ still kind of chilling in between, so we're just gonna let GJ do his thing. We got our alerts, and then US30 is going for round 2. We're right back at TP1. I'll just see if we could take this high out right here. And we see GU moving right now as well. So if you would have took GU or US30, you should be up right now. We still got a little bit of work to do, but y'all should be seeing green right now. Make sure to like the live if you haven't already. And make sure to subscribe if you're not subscribed yet. Also, make sure to join the first link in the description. Hit the first link in the description. Join the free signal, free Telegram. You see on your screen how we did last month and last quarter. Go ahead and hit that first link and check it out for yourselves. As far as how we're doing so far this month, we can go ahead and walk that down as well. I'm still trying to get used to this. I said that yesterday, but it still throws me off every time I see it because I just woke up and it was either like Saturday or Sunday. They done changed how does shit look. As far as how we ended last week, we went 6-1. It was 86% win rate. We're 2-1 this week. Yeah, we're 2-1 this week. Well, 3-1 now because we hit TP1 on US30. We went 7-0 the week before that. We went 5-0 the week before that. Then we went 4-0 on the week before that. So it was on a 4-week win streak. As far as how we ended last month, September, if you go to October 1st, you can see how we ended last month, September. Let's move this out the way so y'all can see how that's playing out. We went 16-3, giving us a 84% win rate, catching 116,127 pips. As far as how we ended quarter 3, we go to October 3rd. You can see how we ended quarter 3. July, we went 17-2, August 23-2, and then again September 16-3, giving us 56 wins, 7 losses, giving us an 89% win rate, catching a total of 270,214 pips. So GU's on the move right now. And the US30 is still kind of chilling. On profit on these two though. So we had an 89% win rate last quarter. Quarter 2, we had a 90% win rate. And then quarter 1, we had a 90% win rate. So that's not bad at all for the year. And then of course, when this month's over, we're going to do the recap of this month, all that good stuff. But yeah, so right now, GU and US30 are moving slowly but surely. GJ is still in no man's land. But if you would have took GU or US30, y'all should be up right now. If you guys got any questions, drop them in the chat. We're looking at your charts, drop them in the chat. But yeah, definitely a little bit of a different week compared to the past couple weeks. But, you know, the momentum will slow down eventually. Still making money, though, which is the ultimate goal. GU dropping. Again, another example of not FOMOing, because what would have happened if London session popped up and we FOMOed and tried to go for a sell here before price broke this level or didn't wait for the retracement, right? We would have took an unnecessary loss, but because we understand how price works, we just waited for a retracement or next best entry, and this move we missed, we was able to catch that and make it back. Again, pay attention to how it's going to react to 3320, right? If it doesn't break below and hold 3320 as resistance, it's going to reject again like we saw right here. But again, it's that simple, y'all. Again, do not chase price. If you missed your entry, wait for the next best entry point or wait for the retracement. It's very, 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 very simple. All right, we showed multiple examples of this the past few weeks. Right, like if y'all was in Monday's live stream, let me let the members know GU just hit the next zone. 1 second. Let me know if y'all got into US30 or GU though. Again, we talked about these setups as soon as the live started. Let me let the people know. There we go. You and GU. So again, if it does not hold 3320, 3315 as resistance, we're going to reject again. So keep that in mind. US30, we're still kind of ranging, but we saw that coming. Again, if we can't break past this high here, we're going to most likely retrace and try to retest this level that we did not retest yesterday at 46,830. You helped me pass my funded account, bro. You deserve so much more recognition for what you do. God bless. I appreciate that. I wish you the best for the other side of the world. Hey, shout out to you, Captain. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to you. But you really did it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, all I do is I go live. I tell you what I'm looking for. I explain it. You're the one that takes the setups. You're the one that, well, you're on the other side of the world, so it's probably not early in the morning like it is over here or late at night like it is over here. Again, look at how GU is reacting to this level. That's why we enter and exit off these levels. But, you know, that's why I always be telling you, I'm like, you know, just go to the lives. You're going to see how stuff works. But also I do these live streams to show y'all that trading is very simple. You don't got to rush to take setups, and there's always going to be opportunities everywhere. You know what I'm saying? That's why I always talk about a lot of sets we go and that's projected for the Sunday chart analysis in the lives. If you're not watching or tuning in, you are missing out. But again, look at how GU is reacting to this level. All right. So nobody should close this trade red. All right. And then we understand what's happening with US30. So nobody should close this trade red on US30 either. And then GJ is still taking a nap right here. You're in GU as well, Yasmin. That's what's up. So yeah, so make sure to either close or have your SL in profit, because if we don't break past the level, we're going to reject again, especially because we did this big dump last night right before London session. Again, if you watch the Sunday chart analysis from this week, gold, we had a reversal take place yesterday on gold. GJ still in choppy conditions, still where we left off or started the week at. But NAS, US30, and GU are going as projected. Again, at the beginning of the week, we talked about buys and how we're still bullish on NAS and US30. Obviously, we see what NAS and US30 did yesterday and Monday. And then we also talked about how it was still technically bearish on GBPUSD, right? So if y'all didn't watch the Sunday chart analysis, still make sure to check that out. Like I always say, it goes over not just what we see price doing Sunday night going into Monday, but it goes over what we see price doing throughout the entire week. So let me see if I can. Let's go. Let me see. G just still stuck in the same spot. Let me see. Still talking about GJ. I just talked about the last 20 seconds. Oh, oh no. did G before GJ. I'm tripping. I did G unless we break like group. So I'm gonna just be making this shit up. And then when we look at GU, look at GU. Did it break past that level? No, it did not. Right. So it was a little bit laggy and choppy the first couple of days, making its way down, but it still went as projected. We still caught a nice move on Monday, yesterday. Right. So let's show y'all the signal from Monday. Right, so let's show y'all. This is an old signal, by the way. Nobody takes this setup. All right, this is an old signal. Right, nobody take this signal. This is an old signal. Just go short really quick. Yeah, so GU just broke that level. So again, from this point, we're going to be looking to see if we can maintain 3315 as resistance. If so, we're going to look for sales going down to 3300. Instead of retesting this level, still holding right there. So right there. We go to the GP setup right here. Right, this is the same setup we took the Friday prior, October 17th, which was Friday. We took the sell setup. On this session, we're going to wake up, barely missed TP1. We re-entered out the bank retest New York session, caught the nice move. Right, you can see right here, 515, I said TP1 barely missed. We got worked out slightly profit. I told them that this is what we're looking for. And other setups, got US30 NAS100, then gold. Obviously, you see right here, let them know that we're right back at TP2. After I dropped the New York price watch, I got the New York price watches as well. And then we go to Monday, we did the same sell setup. We got wicked out, and then we see our price push back down below, just like I did on Friday. And then we made that bread back on that as well as this other charts we're going to play out and going up from as well. That's it, right? And then as you can see here, if we look at the signal, you can see the final signal is 3375. You can see here after it went down below, it just ranged, and then that night, as you can see, Tokyo session at 9 o'clock, broke that level and did the rest of the move. And then yesterday, price just consolidated here literally all day. And then when 2 a.m. news popped off, again, I keep on telling y'all, the news is not scary. Everything that makes sense. It's not rocket science or something we have to ponder on why when the GP news popped off at 2 a.m., the volume pushed to the downside when we saw price was struggling to make this move happen, not just yesterday, but also the past couple of weeks, right? We always had big pushes to help us break through these levels. So all we did was just continue to ride the wave. Again, we didn't FOMO. Again, if y'all was here at the beginning of the live stream, this was a 2:45 candle, so this was a 3 a.m. Did the move, but what did we talk about? I said we're just going to wait for a retracement, right? We're either going to look for a sell here or look for a retracement. Price retraced, did the same exact move, and then again, look at how GU was reacting to this level. Again, nobody should close this trade red. US30 is back in my entry. Yeah, that's what's up though. So I got a few videos going over power firm accounts too. But basically what you want to do, once you get that first payout, buy you another challenge. Once you have you don't need to be like you see online with these 50 accounts and all that shit. If you want to, go for it. But you just need 4 to 5 funded accounts, 10 if you're feeling good. But the reason why is because, again, after you get that first payout, it's literally free money. It's free, like literally after you get your first payout, you just made your money back, what you paid for the challenge and more. And then literally it's just free money after that, right? So after you get a few more of those with your payouts, then whatever your payout was from this account, whether it was a 50K, 100K, whatever the case may be, now you're going to get multiple of those same amount paid out every 2 weeks. And then after you have 4 accounts, funded accounts, then those profits and payouts you get, then you can start putting some of that money. Obviously, you're probably not going to put all your money into it, but you want to put a good amount of your money into a live account so you can start growing your live account. Because with live accounts, you're going to be able to withdraw daily. You're going to be able to risk more than 1%, 2% a day, all that good stuff as well. So again, we talked about with US30, if we cannot maintain a whole 46,980 as support, we're most likely going to retrace and try to retest 46,830 going to pre-New York or New York session. But the two charts I was looking at this night, obviously G did a bigger move than US30. And then GJ still in no man's land. So again, with GJ, we're going to be looking for buys. If we can break above and maintain 203.05 as support, we can look for buys going to 203.65. Or if we reject to the downside and we can hold 201.60 as resistance, we'll look for sells going down to 201.15. So yeah, so we're mainly just going to see what New York sessions got, right? So going to be back on the charts around 7 a.m. Going to see what 8 a.m., 9:30's got in store. Going to be paying attention to US30, maybe NASDAQ retraces, but I like US30 more because I just like the market structure. We have a little bit more wiggle room compared to NAS100. And again, gold's in reversal territory, which is why we're not looking at gold right now. We got caught in that reversal yesterday. Where's my chart? Here we go. All right, but buys are still valid for both of them. I just like US30's market structure a little bit better. And then I'm going to do gold or reversal territory. So we're going to let price do its thing for right now. Yeah, looks like US30 is about to try to retrace. So, we're going to see what New York has got in store for us. Got a new video dropping for y'all later on today at the beginning of New York. And we should, I think we should be live around the same time on TikTok like we were today. I do got a few one-on-one sessions to knock out beforehand though. But we should be live around the same time, like around 1, 2 o'clock. So we're going to just see how the 15 closes right here. Again, members in Playmaker University and Advanced Play Super, make sure to have your notifications on, because if you haven't noticed, there's going to be a lot more notifications. There's going to be a lot more updates. There's going to be a lot more setups posted and a lot more signals posted as well. So make sure to have y'all's noties on so y'all understand what's going on. And like always, make sure to watch the New York price watch list. Again, that's going to be an update from the London session live. And that's going to tell you the game plan that we're looking for going into New York session. All right. So every day when I post the New York price watch list, make sure to watch that. So today's going to be interesting with you. I wonder if we're going to see a nasty big ass dump happen today, or if it's going to retrace a little bit and then wait to do this move tomorrow and Friday. That's what I'm really looking for, because again, we caught this wave down a couple weeks ago, but we failed to hold as low as resistance. We had a reversal take place, but again, like we talked about on the Sunday chart analysis, we talked about how we're still bearish. And again, I saw a lot of videos, people talking about buys on GU, but again, this is why you want to wait for the extra confirmation, right? We see our price broke it, but it closed, and then again, it did it very choppily, so it wasn't really able to catch that wave, especially yesterday. But it still did the drop we was looking for, and now we see what GU pushing. So now we're about to see if we can hold this level as resistance right here and keep on pushing to the downside. Let's see what US30 is up to. So it looks like US30. I got wicked out of this. So it looks like if it can push back above and holds up as support, I will re-enter. But if not, like I said, I'm just gonna wait for it to come back down to here and see if we can maintain 46,830 as support and then look for guys from there. Because again, yesterday it did not break this low and turn it into support from resistance. It just completely blew through it, right? Versus, for example, like gold on Monday. Right? Versus gold on Monday. When we approach this resistance level, we reject it, continue to support, and then push to the upside, right? I put gold up twice. All right, so shout out to everybody in the live, y'all. Shout out to everybody's been alive since the beginning. Shout out to everybody's been alive since y'all joined. Make sure to hit that first link in the description. Join a free signal free Telegram. If you're interested in how to identify these levels, my senior service or mentorship programs, y'all know what to do. Put those links in the description. The end of summer sale is still going on. Let me go ahead and pull that up. All right, 25% off the Advanced Play Superman 101 session. That's including the monthly, yearly, and the lifetime. Use discount code LOCKEDIN for 25% off. And 40% off Playmaker University. Use discount code PLAYBOOK. But yeah, so we're going to see what the next session got for us.